Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. I don't know what time you're watching this video, but this is your teacher Wilma once again. Um, well, this time is to continue talking about unit number 6, but part 2. So, we're gonna start right now. Well, we're gonna be basically talking about the writing part and the pronunciation part in this unit because it's what's missing from unit number 6. And pay attention to this because it's going to be really important. We're going to talk about essays and we're going to talk about the pronunciation of verbs in English. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, Unit 6, second part, Summit 2. Good. Well, we're going to talk about a topic that is in the pronunciation booster, which is the ed ending for regular verbs.
It's 4 o'clock.
Ed ending for regular verbs. So, well, when we talk about these ed endings in pronunciation, we have 3 different rules in English. Okay, so we're gonna analyze one of these. Okay, each of these rules, and we're gonna see if we're pronouncing the verbs correctly in the past. Okay, so number 1 says, rule 1: if the last letter of the word, in this case the verb, is spelled with a d or a t, the ed is pronounced as id and as a separate syllable. So, for example, when a word ends in d or t, then we have to pronounce id, the past participle, or the ending. Okay, so for example, for this verb, which is the verb, let's say need, so we say needed. For the verb avoid, it ends in d, as in here, we say avoided. Admit, which ends in t, we say admitted. In this case, we change the r by the t by an r sound because it is in between 2 vowels. Separate. Okay, pay attention to this. Even though the verb separate ends in e, the e is not pronounced. So we pronounce t, we say separate, and so the past must be pronounced separated. Okay, attend ends in d, we say attended. Visit, visited. Decide, decided. And wait, waited. Okay, once again, the t is pronounced as r in American English because the t is between 2 vowels. Okay, rule number 2. So rule number 1 is very simple. Just when the verb ends. Okay, and I want to be clear in this first rule, or in all this pronunciation topic. We're talking about pronunciation. We're not talking about spelling. Okay, because as you could see in the verb separate, in the spelling, if we talk about spelling, it ends in e, but if we talk about pronunciation, it ends in t. So everything here is about pronunciation. So whenever ends in d or in t, then the past participle is pronounced as id. Okay, so rule number 2: if the last letter of the word ends in a voiced consonant or vowel sound. What is a voiced consonant? A voiced consonant is a consonant that when you pronounce it, you can feel vibration here, or a vowel sound, because all the vowel sounds, they vibrate here in your vocal cords. So the e is silent and d is pronounced as d. A reminder: it says voiced consonants are b, d, g, v, m, r, z, j, and z. So all these sounds are voiced. So for example, in this first verb, this first verb is open. So the last consonant, which is an end sound, it vibrates, which means that it's a voiced consonant. So we don't pronounce it opened or neither opened. We say opened with the d sound. Okay, we say cold, changed. Okay, be careful with the verb change because some people pronounce this sound as a ch. They say change, and it's not change. It's change. It's this sound that is here. Change, j. So it vibrates. So we the past is changed. And close, close. We have to be careful with the s in English because it sometimes is pronounced as s and sometimes it is pronounced as z. So in this case, in the case of close, so we say closed, earned, loved, pulled, and showed. So second rule, when the last sound of the verb is a voiced consonant sound or a vowel sound, it means that it vibrates here. Then the pronunciation is the ed pronunciation is with d, with d. Okay, and rule number 3 is if the last letter of the word ends in a voiceless consonant. So voiceless is the contrary of voiced. Voiceless is when the sound does not vibrate here in your vocal cords. The E is silent and the D is pronounced as t, as a T. Reminder, voiceless consonants are p, t, k, s, sh, ch, and s. Okay? So these sounds, maybe you cannot recognize these sounds. This sound is the SH sound, like in wash. And this sound that is here is the CH, like in watch. And this sound is the TH, voiceless sound, like where there is no one. There is no one in this. There is anyone, sorry, in this one. So in this first one, we say the double S is pronounced as S in English, as an S sound. So we say pass, passed, wash, washed, help, helped, watch, watched, laugh. This combination is pronounced as F sound. So we say laugh, laughed, work, worked, stop, stopped, and like, liked. Once again, I want to remind you that we're not talking about spelling, we're talking about pronunciation because the verb like in spelling it ends in E, but in pronunciation the last consonant that is pronounced is the K consonant. We don't say likey, we say like. So as it is a voiceless consonant, the past is pronounced as light. Okay, so we have these 3 rules that are very simple. It's a matter of practicing. Okay, good. Practicing the ed sounds. So in the spaces provided, write the correct past tense sound of ed in the following verbs. Is it id, t, or d? Like for example, in the first one, we say admit. The simple past is admitted, which means that is the first option. Admitted. Okay. Good. We're going to. Sorry. Okay. Pay attention to it. We're gonna work on this. Okay. So, the first one, as I told you, is admitted. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna give you some time to think about all these verbs. You can pause the video if you want as well, while you're practicing. Okay. Good. The second one is control. Control. The last consonant sound is L, and the L sound is voiced. If you put your hands here and you say control, then you can feel that when you pronounce the L sound, it vibrates, which means that it's a voiced consonant. So we say controlled, d. We pronounce it with D, Okay, number 3, we say develop. The last sound of the verb develop is a P sound, and the P sound is voiceless. So we pronounce developed with a T sound. Number 4, dress. The double S is pronounced as the S sound and it's voiceless, so we say dressed. in number 5, and then it ends in D sound, so we have to pronounce it ended, because remember the rule to pronounce it this way is when the verb ends in D or in T sound, as in the verb ended. Number 6, exploded. Finish, voiceless consonant sound, so we say finished. Hug, g, g, g. This sound is voiced, so we say hugged. Number 9, like. Well, it's very simple. The K sound is voiceless, so we pronounce light with the T sound. Number 10, march. CH sound is voiceless, so we pronounce it as T, marched. Number 11, we say prefer. The R sound is a voiced consonant, which means that it vibrates in the vocal cords. So we say preferred, d, a D sound. Number 12, pretend. It ends in D, so we need to pronounce pretended, okay? Number 13, we say pull, and the L sound is voiced. We say pull, then it should be pronounced as d, pulled. Number 14, we say robbed, b. The B sound is a voiced consonant, so we pronounce it robbed, not robbed, so we say robbed, d, with a D sound, okay? So pay attention to this part because it's gonna be really interesting, because sometimes some students they don't pronounce, okay, they think that they're pronouncing the verbs in the past, but they're not actually doing that. It says linking ed ending with a vowel. Linking in connecting is connecting the final sound of one word to the first sound of the following word. So you link, it's the linking sounds. You will need to learn to link words together to create a smooth, natural speech. This is discussed in chapter number 8, whatever. It is especially important for you to learn to link words with ed ending. The final T and D sounds are much easier to pronounce if they are connected to the vowel that follows it. Okay, pay attention. We have this verb in past, and then we have this preposition. We have stayed, and then we have in. If you say stayed in, then you're not pronouncing the past. You say stay in. But if you want to pronounce the past, you should pronounce it like this: stay then. It's like if the ed ending sound, let's say is shifted to the next word. So we say stay then. Okay, in the number 2, we say turned on. So we say turned on the lights, or turn the lights on, okay, turned on. Number 3, developed. Remember that we don't stress this word. We reduce it to schwa, so we say developed. They developed a strategy, okay? Number 4, needed. So in this case, it's not a syllable. We say needed. Words for practice. We say worried about. Worried about. Number 2, we say looked at. So we say looked at. Talked about. We say talked about. Number 4, interested in. We say interested in. Number 5, worked on. We say worked on. And light it. We say I lighted. Yes, because it's a T sound, lighted. Okay, good. More link in parentheses ed plus it. Now we're gonna practice with the personal pronoun it, impersonal pronoun it, and because it starts by a vowel sound, so we say I needed it, or I painted it, I attended it, and I admitted it. Okay, needed it, painted it, attended it, and meted it. With T, we say I cooked it, I lighted, I watched it, and I started. And with D, we say I used it, I cleaned it. Number 3, I changed it. And number 4, I loved it, did, changed it, cleaned it, used it, stopped it, watched it, lighted, cooked it, admitted it, attended it, painted it, and knitted it. Okay, good. So this is very simple. It's a matter of practice, as I told you. So, but you need to be careful. Okay, every time that you have the ed ending of the verb, and then you have a vowel sound, you have to link. Okay, you have to make the linking sound. Good. Practice dialogues for ed verbs. Okay. So number 1 says, what did you think of the movie? I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. Number 2, what did you do with the money? Wait a moment. Someone is, yeah. Good. Okay, number 2 says, what did you do with the money? I deposited. Deposit, deposited, deposited, deposited. Okay. So as you can see here, we say deposit as in the present because it ends in T. So the past is deposited. And then when we want to link this, we have to say deposited in the bank. Yeah, because if you say deposited, then you pronounce in the present, deposited. And if you say deposited, then it's just the past. You have to say deposited it in the bank. Number 3, how did you cook the chicken? I fried it in oil. I say I fried it in oil. Okay, I fried it in oil. Number 4, is the heater on? No, I turned it off. Turned it off. Number 5, when did you paint the room? I painted it. Same here. We say I painted it, painted it, painted it last week. Okay, because if you say painted, and then it is the past, or it can be paint it. But then if you say painted it, you pronounce it painted, and you pronounce it, painted it. Okay, good. Look at the sound ending and pronounce it. Be careful with the following word. Interviewer, describe some of your personal qualities that will make you qualify for this position. And the job seeker says, I am detail oriented, because in this case, it is an adjective that is made out of a verb. So we say oriented, highly motivated, and organized. In this case, we pronounce as D because of the Z sound, okay? In this case, we pronounce it because of the T sound. And in this case, we pronounce it as well because of the T sound. It says, I'm also focused. In this case, it's T because here we have an S sound. We say focused, and determined. In this case, it's D because we have the N sound, and the N sound is voiced, which means that it vibrates. And I work well in a half paced, because in this case the C is pronounced as S sound. So we say paced environment. I have an advanced, in this case the C is pronounced as S as well. So we say as an S sound, which is a voiceless consonant sound. So we say an advanced knowledge of computers. I'm also educate. So in this case, this verb ends in T, so we need to pronounce educated. Teacher, why aren't you pronouncing educated? Educated. Because you know that in American English we have a vowel here, so this T becomes an R. So we say educated, educated, and well traveled, traveled. Because in this case the last consonant sound is L, and the L is a voiced consonant, so it means that it vibrates in the vocal cords. So we say traveled. Okay, good. Okay, we're gonna stop here and we're gonna go to page 147. As you can see here, it says regular past participle endings. Here, what I was telling you, the voiced sounds, all of them, they have vibration on our vocal cords, and the voiceless sounds, we don't feel vibration. Okay, with these sounds, you can practice at home. He said there are three pronunciations of the past participle ending ed, as I was telling you, with d, with t, and with id. Okay, we already saw that. What's important here is this part. It says reduction in perfect modals. The auxiliary have in perfect modals is generally reduced. The H is dropped and A is reduced to schwa. Okay, you know that this is short A. So we reduce it for schwa because we normally pronounce the verb have as have. This vowel here is, let me see if I can use this. This vowel here is pronounced as this sound. Okay, so we say have, but when we reduce this verb have in the perfect modals, then we become this sound. We move from this sound to this one, which is the schwa sound. Instead of saying have, we're gonna say have, have, have. Okay. So it says if I looked at the expiration date, I, instead of saying I would have, we say would have, would have, would have. It says if I weren't Japanese, instead of saying I might have, we say I might have, might have needed a visa to enter the country. So if we left on time, we, instead of pronouncing wouldn't have, we say wouldn't have, wouldn't have. We linked all this, wouldn't have. So, and those are the perfect models, the ones that we can reduce. Here we say would have, we say could have, we say should have, we say might have, and we say may have, may have. Okay, good. So those perfect models can be reduced. So, okay, you're gonna do exercise E. Okay, I'm gonna show you the answers. You know, you can start the video and you can do it on your own, and then you can come and check your answers. And you can also practice. Okay, these ones you can practice at home. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is just practice, and practice here. Please practice at home these exercises, guys. Okay. Good. So now we're gonna move to the second part, this section, which is the writing section. Yeah, the writing section. Okay. And the writing for this unit is about a comparison and contrast essay. Sometimes we also call these kind of essays like for and against essay because you have two different perspectives. You have differences and similarities. So we have for and against. It depends. It all depends on what you're comparing or contrasting. Okay. Good. Choose one of, it says, choose one of these formats for organizing your supporting paragraphs when you want to compare and contrast places, objects, people, ideas, etc. in an essay. Be sure to include expressions of comparison and contrast. Okay, the first writing model, which is the format A, it says that we have an introductory paragraph, and it says begin with an introductory paragraph that says what you're going to compare and contrast. And then you're gonna have your supporting paragraphs. Choose format A or B to present and support your ideas. Format A says that you discuss the similarities in one paragraph and the differences in another one. That's a good way. We have the introductory paragraph. The next one are the similarities. The next one, the differences. And the last one is the concluding paragraph. Or format B. It says, in format B, alternatively, you can focus on one specific aspect of the topic in each paragraph and discuss the similarities and differences within each paragraph. So it's like you choose something specific, and then let's say you're gonna talk about pollution, and then let's say you're gonna talk about noise. Okay, so if you're gonna talk about something specific like noise, then you're gonna say the advantages and disadvantages, or let's say not advantages and disadvantages. Let's say um, the similarities and differences. Okay, within the same paragraph. Okay, talking about one aspect, which is really specific. That's what it's saying. You can focus on one specific aspect of the topic in each paragraph. Okay. Discuss the similarities and differences within each paragraph. And the concluding paragraph, summarize your main ideas in a concluding paragraph. Okay, but in my English lab, or using my English lab, I sent you a material about writing these kind of essays, okay? Because I want you to do this exercise B. It says apply the writing skills on a separate sheet of paper, write an essay comparing and contrasting two means of transportation in your city. Include the paragraph types and formats shown in exercise A. Use expressions of comparison and contrast. Here are some comparisons and contrast. Okay, you're gonna talk about transportation. I want you to write an essay, just one-page essay. Okay, you're gonna write a one-page essay with the introductory paragraph, two body paragraph, and one concluding paragraph. And when you write it, you have to handwrite the essay, and then you're gonna scan. Okay, you're gonna scan it, and then you're gonna send it to me. Okay, so but we're gonna see more in detail this writing exercise, which is writing a for and against essay. Pay attention to this. Okay, first of all, I want to tell you that when we write something, the first thing that we have to do is to use a graphic organizer, because it's gonna help us to, as it says, organize our ideas, or organize, or to have very clear the things that we're gonna talk about. For example, in this case, in contrasting, comparing, we can use a T chart as I'm showing you here. We write here the topic, and we write here advantages and disadvantages, or similarities and differences here about this topic. Okay, similarities and differences, and then when I have everything clear, then I start like choosing which ideas I'm gonna write first and which ideas are gonna be the second ones, the third ones, and all those stuff. Okay, so we first of all we need a graphic organizer. It can be a mind map, it can be a brainstorm, it can be a T chart, it can be a Venn diagram, which is the other one that we're gonna see. Is this one that is here, Venn diagram. Venn diagram, we usually use it in order to compare and contrast. Okay, because as you can see here, we have differences here, and similarities here. But this is mostly used when we're comparing two things. Let's say that we're comparing, I don't know, apples and oranges here. Okay, or let's say that we're comparing iPhone and, or let's say iOS and Android. Okay, here are the differences that only Android, let's say features that Android only has, and those are the features that iOS has. And here in the middle, where they connect each other, then you're gonna write what are the things that they both have, what are the features that they both have. Okay, so I'm gonna give you an example here. It says Andy's hobbies and Mary's hobbies. So here, Andy's hobbies are sleeping, reading, cooking, eating, singing. And Mary's hobbies are watching movies, traveling, playing the piano, eating, and singing. Okay, watching movies, traveling, and piano are the hobbies that only Mary does, and sleeping, reading, and cooking are the hobbies that only Andy does. But they both share two hobbies, which are eating and singing. So this is the Venn diagram. When I have this, I can start talking about the differences. I can start talking about Andy's and Mary's hobbies, and then I can talk about the different hobbies that they do and the similar hobbies that they do, or the same hobbies they do. Okay, good. This is um, this is the structure and content. This is this is the way you're gonna use in order to write the essay that you're gonna send me. Okay, on the left side here, you can find the structure. It says we have an introduction, which is paragraph 1, and we state the topic, which is a summary of the topic without giving your opinion. Okay, then we have the main body. It can be 2 or 3 or 4 and 5 paragraphs, but in this case I want you to write for the main body 2 paragraphs only. So in the first paragraph, you're going to talk about arguments for justifications, examples, and reasons about the things that you're going to compare and contrast. And in paragraph number 4 or 5, but it's going to be number 3 in our writing, arguments against and justifications, examples, and our reasons. Okay, so you have to justify what you say, you have to exemplify what you say, and you have to give reasons. Okay, so and finally we have the concluding paragraph, which is the final paragraph with balanced considerations. You say, like, for example, all things considered, we can say that blah 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 blah, and then in this part, in the concluding paragraph, you have to state your opinion, okay, directly or indirectly. You can say, from my point of view, and then you say what your conclusion is. Okay, for our writing, I repeat again, you're gonna write 1 introductory paragraph, 2 main body paragraphs, and the concluding paragraph, and that's it. That's gonna be just 1 page long. Or, well, I'm not gonna set limitations for your writings. If you want to write 1 page and a half or 2 pages, it's okay too. You just send it to me. Okay. Well, in terms of content, as you can see here, oh my god, it's not working properly. Let's see. Okay, here it says a for and against essay is a formal piece of writing in which a topic is considered from opposing points of view. You should present both sides in a fair way by discussing them objectively and in equal detail. A good essay of this type should consist of, as I was explaining to you, letter A, an introductory paragraph in which you clearly state a topic to be discussed without giving your opinion. B, a main body in which the points for and against, along with their justification, examples of reasons, are presented in separate paragraphs. And a closing paragraph in which you state your opinion and give a balanced consideration of the topic. It says, it's basically the same what I was just explaining to you. It says, note, opinion words, I think, I believe, in my opinion, etc., can only be used in the closing paragraph, where you give your opinion on the topic. Okay, so be careful with this. So I was telling you that in the concluding paragraph, we state our opinion directly or indirectly. In the document that I sent you in my English lab, it's 4 pages. It's a 4-page PDF, which you can see this thing here, and you can also check more recommendations for writing this kind of essay. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to show you uh, how you're gonna find that in my English lab. Okay, so we're gonna try to go. For that reason, one of your classmates helped me with this. She gave me her username and password. So let me see if I still have it here. Wait a minute. No, it's not. Let me look for it on my WhatsApp group. Wait a minute. Okay. Wait. Okay, when you you know that you have to go here, come here, you click on it, it opens my English lab. You go to course here, and you scroll down, and then when you scroll down, you can see it says teacher resources. You click on it, and here you can see, hi guys, I'm sharing with you this material about writing regarding Unit 6 writing topic, which is about essays. So here says everything for and against essay Unit 6 material, and then you click here to download it. As you can see, it's downloading, and then here you can open it, and it says for and against essay, and here is what we're talking about, points to consider, and you have an example here and some other recommendations here. So I want you to take a look at it and use what is useful for you. Okay, so look at this right here, useful expressions and linking words. There is a how to begin and how to end the essay, because I know that sometimes students are like, how should I start or how can I end? Okay, so as you can see here, this is a great material that I'm sharing with you, so take advantage. And that's it, guys. So and that's it. And let me see. Okay, so that's the end um, of this second part for unit number 6. Guys, I want you to practice the writing part, the pronunciation part, and everything. Remember that you have to do the reading part and the listening part, okay? You have to do it at home, and then we're gonna be checking the exercise in one of our online meetings, okay? So, once again, if you have any question, you can ask me, you can send me a private message on WhatsApp, and that's it. I'm available here to answer all your questions and to clarify everything, okay? So I was gonna tell you something else. I think I just forgot it. Well, I've decided, well, I've been thinking about the tests for units number 3 and 4, so I think that we're gonna have it online, okay? So I want you to study units number 3 and 4. Now we're in unit number 6. In next week we're gonna start unit number 7, okay? So thank you for watching, guys. thank you for your time, and please do your homework. You know that you have to be like independent in this case because you don't have like your teacher in the classroom and all that stuff. But but I know that you're really responsible and that you can do it. Okay, so thank you guys, and God bless you. And I'm sorry for all the inconveniences in this video. It's really late. You can't imagine how late it is. Okay, but I'm still here because I need to send you this and I have to be responsible. I need this material. So bye guys. Till next video, and once again practice. Okay, bye guys.